In today's lesson, we're going to be talking about feelings and emotions. Why is it so important to identify our feelings and emotions and then being able to get in touch with them in this process with effectively communicating with a woman? Well, I'll tell you why. Women are created as emotional creatures. By design, God has designed them to operate more from the right side of their brain, which is the creative, experiential, emotional side of their brain and of their mind. So women talk much more in words than boys do and men do. And they're created more relationally. They're created to talk more and to be able to express themselves. And so it would make sense that if we wanted a really good, deep, intimate, trusting relationship with a woman, that we as men be able to identify and get in touch with our emotions and feelings as men. Now, I know there's a great stigma in society that if we were to get in touch with our emotions and feelings, that somehow makes us as sissies or as feminine or not brave or courageous as warriors. And that's just a lie. You know, if we look at David in the Bible, the psalmist David, he was this fierce warrior. He killed men, he killed giants, he killed Goliath. And at the same time, the Lord said in the Bible that your gentleness has made me great. And gentleness is a kind, soft quality. And so we see men in the Bible who were fierce, who did mighty exploits for the Lord, and yet they had soft hearts. And so this whole thing in society about not expressing our emotions and feelings, that's just bunk. And I want to debunk that as a lie from the pit of hell. If we look at some of the greatest characters in the Bible, from Abraham to Enoch, to Elijah, Elisha, Noah, Samson, David, Peter, Paul, all these men got in touch with emotions in different situations at different times and expressed it to the Lord and with the people that at that time and place where they were on the earth. And so emotions and feelings are normal. I just want to normalize that emotions and feelings are normal. Now, if we allow emotions and feelings to dictate our every decision and let them run us over, that's a different story. But oftentimes we throw the baby out with the bathwater and don't acknowledge our feelings and emotions at all. And that's going the other way. So we want to come right back into the pendulum, into the middle, and balance and center and saying, yes, we want to acknowledge them. We want to get deeply in touch with them. And we don't want to cut them off. But yet at the same time, we don't want our emotions and feelings to run off and our decisions be based on just emotions and feelings. Does that make sense? All right. Let's get into defining what feelings and emotions are. Now, feelings and emotions are synonymous. There's a little bit of difference between them too. But if we look at emotions, let's go with the word emotion. The word emotion is emotion or energy in motion. So there's different types of energy coming through our body and we feel them as physical sensations in our body at different